Okay, hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment on this late night, quarter after 11 on a Monday, July 13th, 2026. It's been a while. The last time I was in front of the camera was the eve of Canada Day. June 30th was the last time. So it's been nearly 2 weeks. And as usual, I just have some notes here. You know, this is therapy for me. So just going to go through some things, some observations, conversations that I've had. Again, therapy for me. If you're watching this live, I appreciate the live views. If you are watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. So I often start my shows off talking about the weather. And right now, people who have been watching the stream know that I find Environment Canada very reliable, accuracy. I'm happy with it. So I'm not seeing anything on the radar about severe weather coming our way tomorrow into Wednesday. But there are Facebook pages out there that say otherwise. Now I know there's a heat dome over the eastern United States. I believe there was some significant weather in the prairies, and I believe it's moving east. So I'm just curious, what do you think the weather is going to be like tomorrow, like late tomorrow afternoon, going into Wednesday? Will it just be another typical humid summer day in the HRM? Or do we need to batten down the hatches? And who is your reliable source? Who is your reliable source for accurate weather? Had a great conversation Friday morning with David Morse, the executive assistant with the Truro Housing Outreach Society. Recorded that conversation, put it together, and it aired Sunday. It aired yesterday, 10 o'clock in the morning, with a repeat at 6 on folkedupradio.com, and is now up on my YouTube channel. So it's on my Facebook page. Go to my YouTube channel and share that conversation. It's about 48 minutes in length. Always looking for people to be a guest on my show. I use the platform to educate the audience. And from what I've seen in the comment section on various posts, we have a long ways to go when it comes to a compassionate society. My goodness. I just want to quickly talk about storytelling and three things that are happening, and I'm just going to mention one that is in the works right now. A few months ago, Mariah Baker was here. We had to sit down in the kitchen, a documentary on me and my story and what has happened here in Nova Scotia in nearly 5 years. That's being worked on. I'm having a conversation tomorrow with a gentleman who I'm going to be part of their project as an interviewer. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll give you more details when it is necessary to do so. And then the final one, and I was going to talk about this in a bit, but just to put the three of them together, this trifecta of storytelling. And this is kind of funny. A couple of weeks ago, I reached out to Eastlink Community Television because I was interested in just any type of volunteer position that they had with the minimal experience with what I've been doing in front of the camera. Yes, comfortable, but I don't know the tech side of it, the background in radio. So I had a great conversation. It was a virtual meeting with one of the representatives from Eastlink Community Television. And again, I had submitted this online application. They say there's a 2-week process before they even contact you. Well, it was less than that time frame. So I didn't really know what to expect in this virtual meeting, but what I can say is that it only lasted 8 minutes. It lasted 8 minutes. And it went from me wanting to just find some time to volunteer with Eastlink Community Television. I told the gentleman with my schedule The thing that made the most sense was just lending my voice to whatever project that they have going on that I could be a part of. So it went from me wanting to volunteer to just this individual hearing just a brief snippet of my story, of my time, just kind of like the Coles Notes in a nutshell kind of conversation. And I'm thinking they may want to do something on me, a story on me as part of their programming. Just absolutely love it. And I'm telling you, the timing, this stuff, I think sometime in the fall, I'll reveal why all of this happening right now is so important in not just my timeline, but the members of this family, the timeline. Very important that all of this stuff is falling into place. So I just told Jen this afternoon before going to work, where I've been doing 6 days a week for the last couple of months. Not a big deal, but yeah, I'm in a good headspace. I have lots of energy. I have energy to give. Energy to give. And speaking of giving, I love giving shout outs to Rebecca and Lynn, the founders of Hugs, Hearts United in Giving Society. I continue to hand out packages. It's just allowed me to have just amazing conversations with people in the streets of Halifax. And I was out a few days ago, and just from time to time, I run into people who I have not seen in a long time, sometimes many, many months. Transient. We're all transient people. And if you don't have stable housing, then you're going to be even more transient. You're just going to go with the flow. You're just going to go wherever the wind blows you. And I've told you before, I always make the most out of every opportunity. If I see someone and the circumstances are right, if it's okay, then I'm up for a conversation. And I love getting private messages from people still to this day, inquiring about people that they love and they know are maybe in a bad way on the streets. And I can tell you with absolute factual certainty that there's a lot of mental unwellness walking around the streets of Halifax, not just Halifax, but in every community, because I don't believe the resources are there. The system is being outnumbered by the people who are finding themselves on the street, because the trauma has started way before they've entered street life. Just the trauma that is inflicted on people just receiving an eviction notice or telling them to clean up their site by a certain date and then just not showing up and following up on it. Like, it's just the stories that I've heard, that I've shared with you, the stories. If you care, if you advocate, you've heard the same stories. So always make time to stop and talk to people. Always make time, because you just don't know if you'll ever see them again. And I have stories of that as well. And just keeping with conversations. I was, again, in the city. Again, it's been nearly 2 weeks since I've jumped in front of the camera here. And I was taking some hugs. Whenever I leave the house, I'm leaving here with at least 3 packages. And those packages are gone before I go to work. I go into the city early enough so that I can hand out care packages before I go to work. And last week I was having a conversation with a middle-aged male who was sitting on the church steps from a local individual. And he had just picked up 2 lunches from the church, one for himself and one for his mother. So I ended up giving him 2 care packages, one for himself and one for his mother. So we're just having this conversation. I don't know this person. He doesn't know me. We introduce ourselves. Matthew, Chris, Matthew. So Chris and Matthew were having this conversation, minding our own business. Beautiful day. And this lady who was walking down Spring Garden Road towards Barrington doesn't know us. We don't know her. She has a soccer jersey on, so I'm assuming that she's off somewhere to see a FIFA soccer game. But she stops and interjects into our conversation by asking, hey, what's going on here? What's all this stuff here? So Chris explains the food from the church, and I explain the care packages from Hugs. And her explanation was, why don't you two and three other people put your money together, get a mortgage, and get a house? So we had to explain to her how much money people actually get who are on the street. And that was her input. And then when we tried to give her some factual information, she was already on her way, not turning around, just kind of giving us a wave. So just a very, very strange interjection where, this lady thought that me and Chris were a couple of homeless people standing outside and just wondering why one of our options was not getting together with three other complete strangers, pooling our $400 a month together, getting a mortgage, and getting a house. I love Halifax. Okay, I talked about that. FIFA. FIFA World Cup semifinals. They are on tomorrow. Spain and France, 4 o'clock game. The next semifinal is Wednesday. England, Argentina, also a 4 o'clock game. The final goes this Sunday, July 19th. That game is also 4 o'clock. It's late night here because my Monday to Friday job has me in the city working from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. About 5:30 this afternoon. I thought in the gallery there's noise, but I know for certain that I could hear bagpipes. And at about 5:30, there was a gentleman up in the courtyard at the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia playing the bagpipes. And I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him on the camera, but there was just one individual up there. So just hats off to anyone who is busking. If you are any type of busker, if you are out in the streets of Halifax during the busy summer months in the heat, in whatever weather, entertaining people coming here from all over the world, you are fantastic. Okay, I was talking about the NATO warships that have been coming and going in here all weekend long. Big fleet from Spain was here, returning from the festivities in Washington, New York area for the 250th celebration down there. And a pit stop here, a port call in Halifax for like 3 days, about 72 hours. Just if you didn't get to the waterfront to see some of those magnificent ships, you really missed out. There is a Belgian ship here tonight. So always something to see in the harbor. And if you want to know where different ships are, no matter where they are in the world, there is a website called Vessel Tracker. I think that's what it is. Anyway, just a fantastic. Just click on the thing and it'll give you a description of the ship. Saw on the news today. I'm going to end it here real quick, just in and out real quick. Concerning incident last night, I used to hear, kind of went through a phase in the United States here a few years ago, these swatting incidents where someone from God knows where just calls 911 and just pulls an address out of their ass, maybe. And next thing you know, you have a heavy presence of law enforcement going to someone's home who is on the other side of the door, not expecting the police and certainly not understanding why so many are at their address. So just a concerning situation, and I believe the call did not originate in Canada. So interesting. Okay, one final thing. These are my notes. I'm going to get out of here before the 15-minute bell rings. Saw this news today. Very sad. One of my favorite movies from back in the day, Jurassic Park, and actor Sam Neill, just an iconic role for him. Sam Neill passed away today. So my condolences to the family and condolences to Spielberg and the family that he was a part of in Hollywood in quite a while. I know he was in the hunt for Red October with Sean Connery. So anyway, Sam Neill, another Hollywood icon gone. Okay, coming up on 11:30. My name is Matthew, and thanks for the live views. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. Enjoy the rest of your night. My name is Matthew. You are currently caught up. in the moment.